All right, so before we can really delve too much into, how your company evolved and what your thought process was, I think we have to take a moment because not all of our listeners will really understand what stereotactic radiosurgery is. It's a kind of a technical term. So let's just start off with you defining what stereotactic radiosurgery is.
Stereotactic radiosurgery is a very focused radiation treatment that can effectively eliminate a tumor in often a single session. And the idea is that you use high energy X-ray beams that are aimed from many different angles onto the same point, while the dose along each pathway of those beams is basically harmless and doesn't affect memory and brain function. At the intersection of all those beams, you create such a high concentration that it can effectively, kill the tumor. And this can be maybe described with using a magnification glass where you can, bundle light to burn a hole into a leaf. And we're applying the same principle with basic radiation. And so this is using radiation equipment that is used for otherwise treatment where you just expose the patient to 30 or 50 sessions of radiation with hair loss, etc. So radiosurgery isn't like that. It's a typical outpatient procedure that basically takes maybe 20 minutes, and the patient can typically go home the same day and is also typically painless. And basically we just use the same machine, and that of course requires to very, very carefully plan and target that coordinate, because of course you can easily imagine if you basically send this really very focused, very strong beam of radiation to the wrong spot in the brain, you can do a lot of damage. So basically hitting that tumor with basically a sub-millimeter accuracy is really crucial.
So, I mean, I think it's fair to say a lot of people out there are scared of the term radiation. They think about, if they're old enough, they might think about things like, the bombs in Japan or whatever else. But, what we know scientifically is that if you deliver radiation to cancer cells or even to normal cells, you can kill them and cure the cancer. But traditionally, we've paid the price for giving those high doses in causing complications to the normal tissue around it. So I think what you're describing is that stereotactic radiosurgery allows us to use that really, really high dose that's necessary to kill the tumor cells, but it's delivered in such a precise and accurate way. And the technology and software allows the normal tissue that's around either the brain or the spine, or even now I think stereotactic radiosurgery has been expanded to the lung and to the kidneys and to many other organs. The technology allows the very, very high dose, but it's very focal. Is that a fair description of what stereotactic radiosurgery is?
Absolutely.
So I describe it to my patients of ours. It's like if you have a big target, we're not even targeting the whole target. I mean, we're really looking to get a bullseye. And then taken even further, things in nature don't come just in circles, or they don't come in uniform shapes and sizes. So stereotactic radiosurgery also provides us with the technology to do things that are oval or triangular or square or rectangular or even completely irregular in its outline, and still deliver really, really high doses of radiation to kill the tumor cells, and still very, very low doses to the normal tissue, which may only be less than a millimeter away. Is that, again, am I putting words into your mouth, or is that a fair
perfect
description?
Yeah. So, and that's why it's also called radiosurgery, because it's almost like surgery, like a scalpel. It's like really the transition from what you more or less eliminate and what is remains undamaged is almost with the precision of a surgical procedure, and for that reason, it's not called radiotherapy but radiosurgery.
That's great. Well, so now I think we'll move into some other elements of what's involved in radiosurgery and how your company has contributed to that.